Hi, this is Ogres, and this video review is on the WWE Survivor Series 2021. It took place on November 21st, 2021. I just finished watching it yesterday around, what have I got here? 7:44 p.m. So that was 5.5 hours ago. This is just going to be a quick recap because I'm pretty tired. It's today's recording date is November 23rd, 2021. It's just after 1 a.m. This Survivor Series took place from Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center. The attendance was 15,120. There was also a kickoff match, and the kickoff show itself went just over an hour. There was some backstage segments involved in this kickoff show as well. The only match on the kickoff show was the champion versus champion match, or one of them. One out of the four, I believe. It was Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion representing SmackDown, versus Damian Priest, the US Champion representing Raw, in a champion versus champion match. Rick Boogs accompanied Nakamura to ringside. He annoyed the hell out of Priest a lot with his guitar playing during the match. And Damian Priest had enough, broke his guitar, hit Boogs over the head with it, and then Shinsuke went to attack him, and then he hit Shinsuke with the piece, the body of the guitar, and Nakamura won by DQ. So, excuse me. That means SmackDown went up 1-0 officially, if you want to count that, on the night. And then the Survivor Series itself, it actually opened with Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, versus Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, in a champion versus champion match. So this officially kicked off Survivor Series. Becky Lynch, surprisingly enough, got the 1-2-3 after Charlotte tried to cheat using the ropes with a roll-up pin, and then Becky Lynch did it, and then at the last second she held onto the ropes and got the 1-2-3. So that means it's 1-1. It's tied. I've got here 1-0 because I didn't include the kickoff match, but let's include it. So it's tied at 1-1. So that means Becky Lynch is really better than at outsmarting Charlotte Flair as a heel. So there you go. She actually outsmarted her. So in terms of in-ring work, I'd say this was one of Charlotte's best matches. But yeah, Becky Lynch is, in terms of strategy, is a lot better than Flair. I mean, she had a great rivalry with Asuka, in late 2018, 2019, and early 2020. You got to give that to her. She got something out of Asuka when it came to that rivalry. So, which is something Charlotte Flair never did. That overrated political piece of garbage, I'll put it that way. I think Asuka only ever got her to tap out, I think, on that Raw episode in the PC era of Raw. I think it was in June of last year. And I mean, it was more of a cop-out win because Nia Jax injured her backstage anyway, so when Nia Jax was still with the company. And that reminds me, I need to do a video of the last 2 sets of releases in the month of November. I will be doing that most likely after I'm done watching NXT 2.0 in the morning. So that will be done in the next 12 hours or less. Excuse me. So where was I? Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I'll just do this as a full review. Why not? I'm already into it anyway. Yeah, the Survivor Series itself went for almost 3.5 hours. I've got here 3 hours, 29 minutes, and 32 seconds. Including the kickoff show, which was over 45 minutes because I already watched parts of it earlier yesterday. Let's have a look. It says here, start 3:30 p.m., ended at 7:44. So this took me just over 4 hours, including the 30 minutes or so of the kickoff show. Let's see, where was I? Match number 2 was the 5-on-5 men's elimination tag team match. And glasses are dirty. I'll be able to read this. Okay. Where was it? Oh yeah, 5-on-5 men's elimination tag team match. Team Raw, which was combined, and they came out in this order too. It was Bobby Lashley with MVP, Austin Theory, who replaced, I believe, Dominic Mysterio on the team. Was it Dominic Mysterio? No. Yes. No, he replaced Rey Mysterio on the team. Sorry, my bad. I think it was Rey Mysterio. Which was weird because it was supposed to be only former WWE champions or Universal champions on the team. And Austin Theory does not fit the bill, but he deserved that spot anyway because, he beat Jeff Hardy and wrestled Rey Mysterio on Raw, so may as well get a Survivor Series spot anyway. I mean, it's not like it really means anything. There's no stakes and all there is really bragging rights, but they don't even do that anymore, which is weird. They only really do that for the Battle Royals and stuff like that. I got actually some ideas for what they should do with Survivor Series starting from next year, but I'll get to that at the end of the review. Excuse me again, my god, my throat. Probably should take a vitamin C when I'm done with this video. Okay, vitamin C tablet. Where was I? Oh yeah, Team Raw was made up of Bobby Lashley with MVP, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, who just became a heel in recent weeks, and Seth Rollins, who apparently is the team captain. But he makes sense for being the team captain. I mean, just look at the 2014 Survivor Series. He was in the final two back then when there wasn't a brand split. I believe he was a heel even back then. So I think this was just months after the Shield split. So after he turned on the Shield. On his own team members. Versus Team SmackDown, King Woods, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss and Drew McIntyre. Pretty good SmackDown Survivor Series team. The problem with this is, let me see, 1, 2. Two of these guys used to feud. And I don't think any of these guys fully get along. Maybe like a handful of them, or a small amount. Like a small group of them. Sorry, man. Doing my best here. Oh wait, I got an idea. Maybe I'll use that. Maybe that will help. This is a eucalyptus nasal inhaler. Maybe that will help me breathe. I think it's working. The first elimination was Kevin Owens left the ring and arena and got counted out. He wanted to start the match and prove to Seth Rollins and every member on his team that he could cooperate with them even though he was a heel, but it was all BS. He just wanted to get out of there. He wanted to show that he was a true scumbag. He really should have done this a lot sooner. I think the time to do it would have been probably... let me think. No, you know what? Actually, this is the right time for him to do it. Because Money in the Bank, he probably wasn't gonna show his true colors at that event. So yeah, this in recent weeks is probably we're getting the real Kevin Owens now. Except this Kevin Owens is more of a coward in a kind of a face-ish kind of way, but like a sarcastic face kind of way, which is weird, but whatever. The second elimination was Happy Corbin, who was eliminated by Finn Balor. That makes sense to me. Let me see. Owens was on Team Raw, so it was 5-4 in favor of SmackDown. So okay, it was evened up at 4-4 after this. The third elimination was King Woods eliminated by Bobby Lashley, so Raw was up 4-3. Excuse me. And then the match started to pick up. The fourth and fifth eliminations were Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, who literally had a feud in the summer of 2021. I believe it was on Raw. Before Drew McIntyre moved to SmackDown during the draft last month. But he was on Raw for most of his main roster run in the last few years. So it felt fresh for him to go to SmackDown anyway. So unlike a lot of the other superstars that were on brands already, like Jeff Hardy, who else? Jeff Hardy, New Day, and etc. Let's see. So after those two eliminations, they both got counted out after brawling on the outside. So what was the advantage? It was 4-3 for Raw. So then it became 3-2 still for Raw, I think. And then the sixth elimination was Finn Balor eliminated by Sheamus. So I think it was evened up at 3-3. The seventh elimination was Sheamus eliminated by Austin Theory. He got his one elimination in this match. So there you go. I think that means it was evened up at 2-2, I believe. Yeah. Then the eighth elimination was Austin Theory eliminated by Jeff Hardy, and then the final two was Hardy and Rollins. But the final elimination, the ninth elimination, was Jeff Hardy, last eliminated by Seth Rollins. So that means the sole survivor for the Raw Men's Tag Team Elimination 5-on-5 match, oh my god, was Seth Rollins. So that means Raw was up 2-1. Yeah, they were up 2-1. Okay, so that's those two matches. Putting the kickoff. Alright, there was also a promo of The Rock's debut match at Survivor Series. It was after the opening match. I don't have it written down, but apparently that's what it was. It was also on the kickoff show as well, so. But yeah, there was a promo after this match, a Survivor Series moment. 23 years ago, Survivor Series 1998. Which would have been November 15th, 1998, which makes me feel old. That was my last year in primary school, believe it or not. I didn't get into wrestling until a few months after that, so that was around the Attitude Era is when this happened. The Rock turns corporate and heel on Mankind and wins his first WWF Championship in the Survivor Series tournament for the vacant WWF Championship. So yeah, I remember the title was vacated after Breakdown 1998, and then it remained vacant after Judgment Day, after what Stone Cold did as the referee in the Undertaker Kane match, and then it culminated at the Survivor Series in the rehash of the Montreal Screwjob. I think it was in St. Louis at this point, the Survivor Series. So it was a memorable moment. The Rock winning the WWF title for the first time, and turning his hot short face run, if that makes sense, into a corporate heel run, which made sense during this time. Anyway, there was a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon talks with Roman Reigns in his office. He came in earlier in the limo, and then he had this golden Cleopatra ball, whatever it was, from the set of Red Notice, I think it was. Is that what I've got here? Is that what Red Notice? Oh yeah, Red Notice, yeah. And by the way, sponsored by... yeah, this pretty much it felt odd. Yeah, they actually they showed promos of the Red Notice movie involving Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson, and Pizza Hut. The Pizza Hut segments would follow soon after this segment. Roman Reigns was not impressed with this the fact that this came from the set of Red Notice, this golden ball, which was worth $100 million. Yeah, whatever. Like, I'm gonna believe that someone would easily steal something that's worth $100 million. I'd say at most it's probably several $1 million. I wouldn't say it's 100. I mean, I have to look into this. I've never heard of a golden Cleopatra ball going for $100 million. Match number 3, which I think was probably not one of my favorite matches on this show. I thought that the first 2 matches were very, very good. This is where I started to tune out until probably the last 4 or 5 people in this match. But the thing that really impressed me about this was Omos's performance in this. It was the Rock's 25th anniversary dual branded Battle Royal. So there you go. The Rock actually got to have something named after him. He should go in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. I think WrestleMania 39 is the perfect time to put him in the Hall of Fame. It's in Hollywood, which is where he's based out of now anyway. So yeah, that would be the perfect time to put him in the Hall of Fame. He's been in the business for how long now? 25 years. So yeah. And he hasn't wrestled in what? This is WrestleMania 32, but that doesn't really count. I think the last time he officially wrestled was as far back as what? WrestleMania 29, I think it was. That was in 2013, yeah. When he was the WWE champion, when he made his comeback. Yeah, he's won multiple titles in the WWF and WWE, so he definitely should be in the Hall of Fame at some point. He's gonna be he's already approaching 50, so there you go. Where was I going with the other thing? Oh yeah, the final 2 was Omos and Ricochet, but he ended up eliminating Ricochet and won the Battle Royal. He had overall eliminations by him was 12, which has got to be a record for a Battle Royal in the modern era of WWE. But yeah, I'm 4-0 in my predictions so far. I got the kickoff match. I had Nakamura winning. I didn't have it by DQ, but it still counts. I had Becky Lynch winning by actually cheating. I actually predicted that she would do that to Flair. I just wasn't sure how. And it turns out, yeah, she used something similar to what she did at Crown Jewel, so there you go. And then the 5-on-5 elimination, men's elimination tag team match. I actually had the final 4 as I actually predicted, which was Sheamus and Jeff Hardy against Austin Theory and Seth Rollins, and then I had Hardy and Rollins in the final 2, and then Rollins would win for Team Raw and be the sole survivor. So that makes it 3-0, and then 4-0 for the next match, which is a Battle Royal. So Raw is up 3-1 now against SmackDown. Let me just see if I got that. Yeah, 3-1. So this is another promo. It's not a Survivor Series moment, but it's a Royal Rumble moment. So this is Rock's big career moment in the ring. So this was 21 years ago from MSG. Technically 21 years, 9 months, and 29 days ago, something like that. So almost 22 years ago. So it was The Rock's first and only Royal Rumble match win. So yeah. And then match number 4 was the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, versus RKBro, Riddle, and Randy Orton, the Raw Tag Team Champions, in a Tag Team Champions versus Tag Team Champions match. I actually predicted RKBro to win this one, which made my predictions 5-0. They ended up winning by pinfall when Orton pinned Jimmy Uso after the RKO. So that means Raw is now up 4-1. Then there's a promo, WrestleMania 38 promotion featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin. It'll take place in Texas, so it makes sense. I will try to get a ticket to this event, but from what I heard, it's already selling out pretty quick. I'll have a look online this week about it. But most likely, I'm probably not going to go to WrestleMania 38. I'll probably go to SummerSlam next year. What's the other shows I'm thinking of doing? I'll have a think about it, but yeah, it's either WrestleMania 38 or SummerSlam I'm going to go to next year. And then there's that UK pay-per-view in September, if it's possible to do that one as well. I'm also going to travel around Australia for the first time. I'm going to do Sydney in January, Adelaide June, and then Queensland the later part of next year. So yeah, I just haven't done Perth yet. That one is expensive for me right now to do. A bit expensive. Then there's another promo, WrestleMania moment 9 years ago from WrestleMania 28. This I remember very well. I'll probably do a 10th anniversary review of that next year, seeing as the 10th anniversary of it is going to be 2022. It's hard to believe. The Rock beats John Cena in the once-in-a-lifetime match in the WrestleMania 38 main event. Yep. I'm happy this wasn't Cena's year. He deserved to lose that after all the freaking burials that he did. What was it, in 2009, 2010, 2011 in a way he did as well. So yeah, this is karma for him doing all of that crap, that political crap. So then there's a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce in his office. His Cleopatra golden egg goes missing. Ha ha ha. Oh my god. He really needs to retire. This is probably... I don't know whether I like this segment or this segment makes me roll my eyes. Oh, but you can't. No, I can't even see without this. Yeah, I'm rolling my eyes internally. Yeah, apparently this will continue on Raw if it's not found. Apparently, whatever. I guess I should tune in for that. Well, on YouTube that is. I don't watch the Raw SmackDown in full anymore. There's a promo, Xia Li vignette promo package. I heard about this one, but I haven't seen it until the Survivor Series. Then there's a WWE Shop promo video. I'm actually interested to get a couple of items off of there, but not the replica title belts. That I'll get a different way. But there is some t-shirts and stuff that I want to order in the next month or so. But yeah, I'm going to get some vinyl pop figures off eBay for a decent price this weekend, actually. I want to get the Asuka one, and yeah, Asuka's the one I want to get. So I'm not sure if there's other ones, but that's the main one. Match number 5 was the 5-on-5 Women's Elimination Tag Team match. Team Raw, made up of Bianca Belair, Carmella, Queen Zelina, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley. They came out in that order. They had their own interests. Versus Team SmackDown, Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Toni Storm, who replaced, I believe, Aaliyah on this team because of Sonya Deville. Shotzi and Sasha Banks, who recently had a match on SmackDown, and Banks beat her, shaked her hand, and then did the backstabber. So they have a lot of issues going on from there. This actually took me 3 pages to write down. I've never written this much down for a pay-per-view review, so this is historic for me. yeah, I don't think 2020 it would have taken this much time to do. 2019 possibly I would have taken 2 pages, but yeah, I am going to do the 2019 Survivor Series review. Let me know if I should do that, you guys. If I should do 2019 Survivor Series, let me know in the comments section below about that. But yeah, back to this review. The first elimination was Carmella eliminated by Toni Storm. It's really comical the way she got eliminated over her stupid face mask because she doesn't want to get hit in her beautiful face. Yeah, her beautiful plastic face, more like it. But yeah, Rhea Ripley in a way indirectly cost her the match, but it's Carmella's fault. She kept trying to go back to the mask, so it's her mostly the blame should be put on her. Second elimination was Queen Zelina eliminated by Toni Storm. Toni Storm got 2 eliminations back to back, and I've actually met Toni Storm before a few years ago, and I've seen her wrestle multiple times in 2018 and 2019 here in Australia, so I kind of knew what to expect from her, and especially she was on in NXT UK, which I'll check out eventually, and I've seen her recently when she was on NXT before her main roster call up, which was 7 or 8 months ago, whatever it was. But yeah, I prefer Toni Storm as a face myself, as a baby face. The third elimination is Toni Storm eliminated by Liv Morgan. The fourth elimination is Liv Morgan eliminated by Sasha Banks. I'm just gonna do it like this because I'm pretty tired. Fifth elimination is Rhea Ripley eliminated by Shayna Baszler. So Baszler got a revenge on Ripley after, I believe, she beat Shayna Baszler in NXT for the NXT Women's title. So I guess there's some continuity from that story. And then the sixth elimination is Sasha Banks eliminated by countout when the other 3 SmackDown team members prevented her from re-entering the ring because of her freaking huge ego. I kind of agree with what happened here because Sasha Banks, it's weird seeing her as a baby. I mean, she switched from heel to babyface on Bianca Belair, and then she turned heel on the same episode later on Bianca Belair, which made no freaking sense. At least you should have built it up for a couple of weeks before you do some sort of turn with Sasha Banks. And then all of a sudden she just turns face again. What the hell is going on in WWE? They don't know what the hell they're doing when it comes to booking baby faces and heels anymore. Yeah, Sasha Banks to me just comes off as a natural heel, but whatever. I kind of a fan of hers, but not a full fan of hers. And yeah, she beat Asuka last year at Survivor Series. Damn it. Anyway, I'll look past that. I mean, Asuka did beat her at SummerSlam, so there is that. So I think, did that feud end or did that continue? I need to look in that as well. Actually, that's got me intrigued. If that feud is still going on, well, it's on hold, I guess, as well. I think when Asuka comes back, she should really look at Becky Lynch because, yeah, she needs to get a winning streak going again and then become the #1 contender for the Raw Women's title when she comes back and challenge Becky Lynch either at the Royal Rumble whenever she comes back or either build it for WrestleMania 38 if she doesn't win the Royal Rumble. See? I'm thinking long term, unlike these dummies in WWE. I shake my head. I've got better ideas in terms of what they could do for like a 6-month build or whatever compared to whatever they've come up with, the crap they've come up with in the last 2 or 3 months. So yeah, this booking off the top of my head. This is like whenever she comes back, and then you could build it going up until SummerSlam next year. That's like a 6 or 7 month build. So, but yeah, that depends on what happens when she comes back to Raw. Anyway, gone off the topic of this a little bit. 7th elimination is Natalya eliminated by Bianca Belair. 8th elimination, Shayna Baszler eliminated by Bianca Belair. So Belair was getting some eliminations here. She had back-to-back eliminations. I think she was had a disadvantage 4-1. So now it's just one. I think it's 1-on-1. Was it 4-1? It was 4-1 when Sasha Banks was still there, and then it became 3-1. The final three, it was Shotzi and Shayna Baszler against Belair, but now it was just 1-on-1, Shotzi and Belair. And I predicted Belair to actually be the sole survivor. So she eliminated Shotzi last, I think, with the her KOD finisher. So I'm 6-0 in my predictions, and this is probably the best streak of predictions I've gotten right since probably, I would say Full Gear. I think was probably the other time, except I got the opening match wrong, and then I got all the other predictions right, like all of them in a row. So this is the opposite, and I'll get to it in a minute. So Raw is now 5 wins, and SmackDown 1, so it's 5-1 in favor of Raw. Then there was a promo, NXT War Games hype. I will be watching that on pay-per-view next month. That's less than 2 weeks from now. So I'm not sure if it's still called NXT War Games or NXT 2.0 War Games, but whatever. Alright, we're getting to the main event. There's a bunch of promo packages here and interview segments. Let me just get to them. Now, this moment here is very recent. And this is, I think, the last appearance that The Rock made in WWE, if I'm not mistaken. It was from 2 years ago in 2019. I think this was the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox. I could be wrong. That's what I got written down here. It was in a segment with Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin. This is when Becky Lynch actually attacked Baron Corbin. Asuka did the same thing at the Money in the Bank as well. So when Baron Corbin tried to grab the women's briefcase, which makes no sense. Why would he want to win that? He's such an idiot. So anyway, there's a promo backstage, interview backstage actually. Kayla Braxton interviews Paul Heyman. It's a funny segment. I'll see if I can find that one online and put in the comment section below the next 12 hours. Then there's a promo, Red Notice promotion for Netflix. Oh yeah, the Pizza Hut promotion thing, I forgot to mention that. That was during the Battle Royal. I actually found that funny that they did a product placement on a pay-per-view. I think they've done this before, but I don't think they did it much in 2021. This is one of the few times that they did. Actually, they did for WrestleMania Backlash. They did that promotion for that Zombies movies. What was it called? I don't remember. Is it Army of the Dead? Yeah, Army of the Dead, I think it was, yeah. So, yeah, I thought putting zombies on a pay-per-view was... In NXT, it works for a Halloween theme, but for a WWE pay-per-view, nope. So... Another promo, Bobby Lashley's amateur wrestling background and path towards going to WWE. I found this interesting, but I kind of knew parts of it already from before. But his early days, it was interesting learning about that. So that is something I'm going to go back and have a look at. Because I don't know his full background. I know he, what do you call it? He was very successful in the army ranks of amateur wrestling, apparently. That I did not know before. That was new information to me. If that makes sense. And then the main event itself, match number 6. Big E, the WWE Champion, representing Raw, versus Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, representing SmackDown, in a Champion versus Champion main event. Roman Reigns at this point was 448 days as the Universal Champion, so he beat CM Punk's 434-day reign as WWE Champion about 2 weeks before this, so this would have been first week of November. And I forget how long Big E has been the champion at this point. I think just over 2 months, so that's like, how long? 48, that's 21, I think 69 days, something like that. But yeah, this was the only time I did not get a prediction right, because I got sick and tired of seeing Roman Reigns win in the main event. But it turns out I probably should have gone with Roman Reigns anyway, because Big E looked strong on the SmackDown that he made an appearance on. So yeah, he was gonna lose this match. I should have seen the writing on the wall with that one. I didn't. I watched parts of that segment. So yeah. So Roman Reigns won by pinfall. I think after a spear. I'm not sure how long the match went for. I think within entrances it went like 20 minutes, something like that. So it was a rare win for SmackDown, but Raw still won the night 5-2, and I was 6-1 in my predictions overall. So it was reverse of Full Gear, where I was 1-5, 1-6, something like that. So I'm 6-1 on this pay-per-view. So and yeah. So that's it for this review of WWE Survivor Series 2021. I wasn't sure if there was a theme song or not. I don't think it was ever mentioned on the pay-per-view. Now that I think about it. But yeah, I thought the opening match was a great match. Without looking at the thing, I would give that 3.5 stars. Oh, as an overall grade, get to that in a minute. Alright, so match number 2 was an awesome match. 4 stars. Believe it or not, yeah, I thought it was a 4-star match. Now, match number 3 was decent, but nothing too... other than almost as a performance, nothing too spectacular. So... because AJ Styles was in it, I'll give it about 3 stars, which is being generous. I bet it's a bit lower than that, like maybe 2.5 stars, but we'll see. Match number 4, which was the Tag Team Champions, this is a Tag Team Champions match. I'll give 3.5 stars. So same as the opening match. And it was a very good match. Match number 5, the Women's Elimination Tag Team match. Was it good enough to match the men's one? Let's have a look at the eliminations again. Because of Toni Storm's performance, I'm going to give that 4 stars. So this was a very good match. This will get a solid 3.5 to 4 stars. And then the main event itself was very good. I wouldn't say quite excellent, but it was up there. And four stars. So it matched what that men's 5-on-5 elimination tag team match did, which was the second match. I gave that one awesome. This one was very good. Great. It's just the finish that really let me down for that one. For the Survivor Series. So as an overall grade, I'd say it's about a B average. Was there anything bad on the Survivor Series? It just really was a meaningless pay-per-view. There was promos for stuff I liked, like the War Games and then WrestleMania 38. Red Notice is interesting. I might check that out. And then Bobby Lashley's backstory. So it wasn't completely a complete waste. So 8.5 out of 10. And as a star, overall star rating, I'll give it a... Actually, let's add this up. Let's open the calculator. Okay, so 3.5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3.5 plus 4 plus I think I missed the opening match. I mean the kickoff match. That was a letdown because of the DQ finish, so 2.5 stars. It was just decent enough, so plus 2.5. So how many matches were there total? 7, right? Including the kickoff match, so divided by 7. Yeah, that sounds about right. 3.5 out of 5. Probably if you take one off because of the Battle Royal, so it was just the average Survivor Series. But there was the both of the men's and women's tag team elimination matches were actually very good, and the opening match obviously set the tone. But yeah, that's it of this review of Survivor Series 2021. How long have I been recording for? 1:14. Ooh, this is long. 30. Have I been recording that long? Over 40 minutes. Wow. Yeah. That's it for this review of Survivor Series 2021. I will probably do a shorter recap of this video because it went so long. I did talk about other stuff in my video. I am going to do a review of other takeovers. I'll probably do a review of those the Asuka Pop final figure I'm going to buy this weekend. And I'll probably, when I get the Xbox One X, I'll do a review on that as well. Yeah, I guess that's it for this video review. Let me know what you thought about the video review in the comment section below. Like my video and subscribe to my channel. The next video review will be on, excuse me, I guess NXT 2.0. I need to watch that as well. And I'll probably do, I'll think of other videos to review. But yeah, NXT 2.0 for now is the next one. So yeah, this has been Ergus. Peace out.